got two eyes, try to see the way the world turned, what happened to me. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep it, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How the hell are y'all doing? Baby, it is Thursday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting, and I'm glad y'all are with us here. It'd be awkward if it wasn't. Anyway, Ask was the first one to jump in, followed by Trudy Baxter, Roger Hamilwright, that's right, and JT Libs came in, Bunny Griffin, Jeanette Miller, Dorothy Tyndall, Misha Chick is with us, thank goodness, Sammy Marcy, Linda Karsten, my mouth ain't working. Linda Karsten and Linda Gallup are both in the house. Carol Lowe. Reba is with us all the way from West Virginia. Time Reinhold, thank you very much. David Ritchie. Demetrius Cephas, all right. Randy Peterson. Yes, pig. Tomorrow we're going to eat Philly cheesecake. Philly cheesecake tomorrow. Yes, Randy and I and the boys are making a road trip tomorrow. Go get something to eat and shoot the shit and whatnot. So Ursula Ray is here. Let me see. Harvey W., Carolyn and John Majesco, always a pleasure, baby. Always look forward to you. Irene Lambert, can't say how much I love you, baby. Thank you for everything you do. Anyway, let me get down here. We won't get this thing started. And my eyesight is off. There you go. Anyway, what's going on? Well, I hope you got a chance yesterday to watch Joe Biden's final message to the country. I did. I sat down and watched it. Can't say it left me with a great hope for the future, as usually what a presidential speech like that would give you. But Joe spoke of some ominous times ahead. Talked about an oligarch society. Talked about tech industrial complex. And we've seen that. We've seen it with the recent announcement from Facebook that they're not going to do fact checking anymore and shit. They're just going to throw it all to the wind, and whatever you just put out there is out there. So there's a lot of challenges to this country, and Joe laid it out. And like I said, I can't say I walked away thinking, well, everything's going to be peachy keen here, because we know it's not. But the one driving thing, being the optimist that I am, that drives me is the fact that politicians in the past have tried to use their power in an unseemly way, let's say. But it's the American people that have always pushed through political seasons, through elections, through fights in Congress, fights in the Senate, fights at the Supreme Court. We can be no less diligent than those that came before us in this fight, and we know it's going to be a fight. He's already laid down the gauntlet. Hell, we're waiting for 4 more days to see what the other foot's going to bring. Promised to do a lot of shit on day one. We're going to see. But he's got a lot of backing out there. Where it comes from and how it happened, I don't know. I don't understand it. I doubt I ever will. Except that hate is the easiest thing in this country to sell. And he's done a damn good job of it, because we're divided in this country. It's state by state, city by city, block by block. And I don't know how long the society can stand that. I know I can't stand it much longer. Kind of uneasy feeling all the time around here. It's not a pleasant feeling. But again, it's our actions and our determination that is going to, crooks attract crooks. It does. And in this situation, that's exactly what's happened. Crooks of all nature are flocking to Donnie's side, and half of them are going to get confirmed and put into the damn cabinet, and then we're all going to see what the hell happens. Hello, Missy Chick.
Hi, John.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm okay.
Well, that's good.
Well, I started to look at the news and realized there was just so much. It was just such a shit show of shit. And that was without even going to the confirmation stuff.
Yeah. I caught a little bit of it today, but to be truthful, me and my boys and Rose went for a walk today.
Good.
Went to a park, went for a nice brisk walk. As a matter of fact, I had several blue dots along with me on the walk.
Yay.
We was video chatting on Facebook Messenger there, and so I was out walking around and looking at the ducks and the geese and all that shit, and trying to get my day going. But yeah, yesterday's speech from Joe Biden has been on my mind ever since I watched it.
I did not watch it.
Well, you missed the
Yeah,
speech.
I saw little clips of it and decided that I just didn't want to watch it.
It was pretty well straightforward. He does. He warns of an oligarch forming here in the United States, and that's kind of
I will give Joe credit, because do you remember when he did that thing in Philadelphia? I think it was the first time he actually used the word fascism or fascist.
Just recently?
Speech. No. This was,
okay.
What was it? 2 years ago now, or
okay. Oh, you're pushing.
Trying to remember when it was in Philadelphia. It was I don't know, some big hope-to-do out there at night. It was an evening speech on the steps of some building, and anyways, I can't remember the what fors, but I will say that Joe has tried. He has tried when he can to slide those comments in there, but the rest of the party is all about, well, let's just talk about all the good stuff Joe's doing. Let's just talk about all that. Did that work? That didn't work.
No, that didn't work. And he did do a lot. He did an amazing job.
And he's still doing a lot.
And he's still doing it. And he'll probably
trying to do the
continue
best
to do
he
it right
can
up to
right
the
now.
day he leaves. Yes. Yeah, because he's concerned, just like the rest of us, about what's coming in through that door the day after.
Yes.
And
but so I was glad to hear him call this stuff out, but it's a day late and a dollar short. He should have been pulling hard on that shit before the election.
Yeah. Maybe it would have helped.
I think if nothing else, at least it would have put some more alarm out there.
Well, there's plenty of that out there now. There's no shortage of alarm out there right now.
Us that have been watching it have known this for a while, what's going on, and can say all that stuff and agree with him, but it didn't get said loud enough, long enough, I don't think. And we still need to do that, though. We still need to call it out when we see it, and we see it all the time. The time.
And I'm afraid we're going to see more of it.
Every day.
Hey, let me thank Gregory Brown, who came in with a $20 donation and said Jimmy Carter will be denied his honor on Monday for the sake of Trump's optics. Next step is to put a casino in Arlington Cemetery, I suppose. Hey, they probably got an empty lot over there they could spare or something. Yeah.
If we just knock some of those headstones down, we'd make a great golf course, wouldn't it?
Yeah, great golf course over there, right central to Washington D.C. There, be a great That's we joke about it, but in his heart, he has no more respect for Arlington than the man in the moon does.
Yeah.
The old suckers and losers comment. He doesn't want to get his hair wet or some bullshit. It's not about this nation. It's not about those who went before and suffered. No, it's all about him, and it's always going to be about him. And I suspect that we'll see nothing but him going back to his golf courses, back to his Mar-a-Lago or some shit, and have all his little cronies run the show. So, of course, he'll have final say on everything.
Of
He's
course.
making sure of that. So.
Yeah.
And then we have the confirmation hearings. Boy, howdy shit.
Well, those are. I watched a little bit of the first day. I think of Pete. I watched the most of that one, and then the next day they had like 3 or 4 simultaneously.
Right.
It was hard to keep up with it, but they're all the same. They're all the same. And
Yeah, I watched Hegseth and I watched a pretty good part of Bondi.
I read an article by Robert Reich. Now, remember, he was in Clinton's cabinet, and he talked about when he had to go in for his confirmation hearing, they had coaches to help you with that previous to going in there, and pretty much, I don't remember the man's name who was his coach, but
Right.
he told him, just don't answer anything. Don't commit to anything.
Yeah.
And
That's
just
always
make
good, solid advice, huh?
it's pretty much just shut up and sit there is the best way to go, and let the senators say whatever they're going to say, because they're not really interested in your answer anyways. They really aren't. They just want to make their point.
They're going through the motions. They're going through the required optics of it.
Because again, I think they've all decided who they want or don't want, and it doesn't matter. These are just all. It's the public spectacle and a chance to say some words on camera again. It's pretty much what it comes down to.
Isn't it
So
sad?
I'm not watching them.
Yeah. No, well, like I said, I've seen a little bit of it. Other than that, I watched a little bit of Drain the Oceans, and went for a walk. Yeah, I'm still having a lot of difficulty getting through my day. I spend a lot of it sitting in my recliner looking at the floor. So, it's still a rough time. Anyway, Jess Coggins, how are you?
I'm doing well, John.
Good, good.
I'm glad you guys were get out, get some fresh air. Just
Well, we figured we'd get out while the sun was still shining, because it's going to go away in a couple of days.
Yep. I'm just glad that the inauguration is going to be forecasted for 20 degrees below normal. So anyone going is going to freeze their keisters off.
I think they said 24 degrees maybe.
Really?
Or something. Yeah. With sunshine, that always feels warmer.
Oh, that'll help.
I just wish that, that none of the previous presidents would show up. I just wish, if it's just a transfer of power, I just wish that they would just say, we're not going to dignify this, and, we're going to go surfing or do whatever. Just
Well, they're not going to lunch. We know that much.
Yeah. Well, I am. I'm torn on that. In my heart, I just want to say, yeah, fuck him. Nobody show up. Nobody go. He didn't show up, did he? The last time? No, he didn't show up for Joe Biden's inaugural. He skipped out the damn back door like a piece of chicken shit. So yeah, part of me says no, and the other part of me says no. Fuck him. Don't let him destroy.
Don't give him the satisfaction of not doing what you normally do either.
Yeah. Now I think it speaks volumes. Like I said the other day, that Obama is going, Barack is going, but Michelle is not. I think that speaks volumes, right there. But oh, looky here.
And we do have a birthday before you get too far into the show.
We have a birthday?
We do.
Whose birthday?
Penny Hartleben.
Penny Hartleben? It's her birthday.
Yeah.
I see her. I guess it helped me be bullied because nothing back. Well, Penny Hartleben, what, 29? 28?
Oh, at least.
At least
Maybe.
28.
Maybe.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Penny. 28. Happy birthday to you, or whatever number that is. I hope you enjoyed your day, baby. I hope the day put a smile on your face. Anyway, I want to get this guy up here before he sneaks out the door.
He always comes in right at dinner time.
Right at dinner time. Yeah, I know. I know.
Dinner time.
Well, their eating schedule is probably he's distracted, I guess. Probably by dinner. Anyway, he'll be up here in a minute. Anytime Mitch comes in, I always appreciate his comments and his views. So, but we'll.
Has anybody seen The Bulwark lately?
No.
The Bulwark.
Yeah, it's just they just had Michael Steele was on there and just had an interesting conversation. They were all talking about how they were so disappointed in the tone of Hakeem Jeffries about why he is not taking the playbook of Mitch McConnell, because Mitch McConnell, the first thing that he did in the back room is when Obama was elected is say, you know what, we're going to do everything we can to obstruct him. And here you have Hakeem Jeffries saying basically, let's bury the hatchet, let's get along, and instead of trying to do everything they can to stop Trump's agenda. So,
Hey,
Mitch.
hey, Mish.
I'm
Hey,
sorry,
guys.
I lost my audio there for just a second. I had to reset it.
I was
Let me
saying
see.
hello.
Hello, Mitch.
How are you, my brother?
I'm doing fine. Let's also get Yelly Man in here who just came in also. How you doing, Yelly Man?
I'm doing fine, John. How are you doing? How are you doing?
It's been a day. It's been a day.
I'll
but I'm
hang
doing
out
well.
here in the room, but as you correctly predicted, I'm in the middle of making dinner. So
I
I'll catch up
figured
with
as
you
much.
in a
We
bit.
figured as much. How's Julie?
Julie's splendid. She's here. Say hello.
Good. Hello, Julie.
No, okay.
So what do you think, Mitch,
About what?
about Biden's final speech, his farewell?
I'm very, I'm very, very ambivalent. And maybe that's not what you wanted to hear from me, but in a way,
No, I fully
I
understand.
think Joe Biden has gone above and beyond the call in some ways, has gone above and beyond the call, and has done some marvelous things, has instituted some protections, has, insofar as a president is able to manage an economy, has managed the economy well.
I hear a butt coming.
But
But
he had one fucking job to do, John. He had one fucking job to do. And he picked, as a fuck you to the Republicans, I might add, he picked the guy who was rejected from the Supreme Court. And it was the worst, hear me, the worst political decision of Joe Biden's entire career, including some of the early mistakes that we have previously discussed, and I don't feel needs to be rehashed here. But by putting Merrick Garland in that position, who slow walked every case against Trump, it delayed and delayed and delayed. And I keep hearing things like, well, they wanted to take the time to make the case airtight. Okay.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Mitch. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean,
Joe Biden should have been getting
100%.
on TV and radio every fucking day and saying, you know what I'm doing? I'm prosecuting this guy for what he did to this country. And I'm not going to let anybody forget about it. I'm not going to let bygones be bygones. I'm not going to let it happen. I'm going to appoint the most aggressive attorney general in the history of America, on par with Robert Kennedy. I mean, someone who is going to pull out 12 cylinders engine to go after Trump and everything he represented.
that's not what we got.
Didn't happen.
No, instead he
And that mistake may be the last mistake we make as a nation.
I'm not going to argue with you, Mitch.
Question.
You know,
And he didn't fire him when he didn't do his job. I'm going to go back to the kitchen.
Question. Question.
No,
Question.
I go ahead.
Okay,
Gillian.
see you, Mitch.
I just have kind of just a question. Now, I do agree that Merrick Garland is a judge, and he could have been, resubmitted to a different circuit or back to the DC circuit where he was. But given that is not the people that you're dealing with are not normal, do you feel that if he had gone so aggressively that would have just played into the hands of this is all more of a witch hunt or just a politicized?
They were
Well,
playing
no,
that card.
no, no,
anyway,
no.
so
Yeah, they're playing that card anyway,
They've been screaming witch card.
That's our big mistake.
Yeah, but
and
They're
that
playing
can't be a
that.
deciding
No.
factor.
You can't think about what the opposition thinks. You have to do
Yeah,
what
but then
you want to do.
You have to do what's right, what is warranted.
Don't worry about
And
what
Merrick
they
Garland
think
dragged
about
his feet
Do
so
what-
much on this.
Yeah.
By the
The
time
only
Jack
thing he
Smith even
did-
got a shot,
The only thing he did right was appoint Jack Smith, independent,
Well, yeah.
everything, but he slowed everything down. Jack did
Jack
everything,
Smith should have been the AG. That would have been.
but he wasn't. So,
Yeah.
No, but he should have been.
So yeah, but don't you think that he would have, if he had gone aggressively, he would have just run into more Eileen Cannons
No,
in the end?
No.
Because she's
Well,
the one basically who
we
threw
ran
things
into
out.
her anyway. We ran into her anyway.
well, that's why we have
Yeah,
a
Yeah, and
appellate
he would have
courts.
run in. I mean, even if he aggressively, he would have
So
run
what?
into the street.
No.
Five-
No.
5-4.
I don't think so. No, we
You don't
ran.
think the
They
Supreme
did.
Court would have?
No, they what they did with their delay tactic was that they took away the momentum that they had in 2021. Everybody was pissed off at him because of January the 6th. They should have prosecuted him in 2020.
Immediately. Immediately.
gone after
And that's why he
immediately,
immediately went out and registered as a candidate for 2024. Immediately was to protect his ass. Everything
Right.
he
They should
did
have gone
was a
after him from day
calculated
one.
move.
It should have been on the first. Should have been the first thing he did when Merrick Garland walked into the Attorney General's office. He should have started putting up subpoenas. He didn't do anything. He didn't even lift
No.
a finger.
He slow walked it.
until
He slow walked
they
it. From the
had,
time he was
they had
appointed to the
that-
time
yeah.
we even saw the first indication that he was going to do anything. He slow
He
walked.
He didn't even do anything about the insurrection. He just sat on his ass after that. They had to have a hearing. He didn't start doing things before they had that hearing in Congress. That's when he started doing stuff. But he should have acted on his own. He shouldn't. I mean, he's like one of the worst attorney generals in history.
Yeah, I agree.
Terrible.
I just don't think that, given the climate, that I don't know. I mean,
They had
No, I
momentum in
understand what you mean
2021.
because the climate was one of how do you say?
I just think that it would have played more. I mean, I agree. He should
into
have,
the Republicans' hands of. But they played that card the whole time, saying that Joe Biden weaponized the Department of Justice. They've been having that mantra ever since he took office.
Well, that's what they do is they pre-set things up to be able to make claims that aren't true. I mean, that's just what they do.
And they lie and they keep lying. They hold to the lie.
Stick to
They
them
don't
lies.
back down from it.
Nope.
And
And
that's
Still
where,
lying
on
about
that, Hakeem Jeffries, I'm not surprised. He's a corporate Democrat. That's what corporate Democrat says. They always want to get along. They don't want to do anything. I don't believe he's going to be like.
we're looking
great.
at the next 2 years to see who it is in the Democratic Party that is
I'm going to take a different.
that is going to
I'm
come
kind of
forward.
take a different tack, though. I think Biden's biggest mistake was not sending Kamala out everywhere for ribbon cutting and saying, going into, let's say, MTG's territory, and let's say they opened up a bridge or whatever, and she's there to do the ribbon cutting, and having Kamala go and saying, you know what, I'm grabbing these scissors. You didn't vote for it. We passed this legislation to build a bridge for you guys here in this district, and I'm cutting the ribbon.
But believe it or not, just she did. She was everywhere. They just didn't put a camera on her.
Well, then that was their fault.
The news was more occupied with whatever the fuck Donnie farted that day.
Yeah, whatever distraction was going on.
Yeah, whatever shiny object was,
3 seconds of look at,
and that's what we were talking about the other day, about the failure of news agencies, if you want to call them that anymore. They're not. They're entertainment shows.
I think I also think we haven't talked about this, but I think one of Joe Biden's biggest mistake was that he allowed Netanyahu in Israel to get away with murder. He should have stopped that.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we ain't seen, what did I say the other day on the last rant I did, which I think was Tuesday, forgive me or Monday or whatever day it was, that a deal was being discussed, that there was a possibility of a ceasefire. And my next words after I said that was, well, let's see how long that lasts. And I don't think we're going to see one, because you're already seeing the conservative party in Israel trying to back out of the deal.
Yep, there's mumblings already, and it hasn't even taken effect.
Hasn't even taken effect yet.
But politically, it would have been very smart of Biden to tell Netanyahu to go fuck himself, because he had a lot of problems with
his old buddy Bibi. Are you kidding? He wouldn't do that.
No, but I mean, he should have done that. That would have been the right way to do it, right thing to do. Because he should have said to Netanyahu that you're not playing. You just do. You're not listening to me. You're doing the exact opposite of what I'm telling you. So fuck you. You're on your own. That's what I think.
Yeah, well, we're not going to do that. Yeah.
No, but I mean,
we're tied in with Israel, and I heard it again today. The bullshit mantra of, well, the only solution is a two-state solution. Been hearing that all my damn life. There isn't a two-state solution. The West Bank, Israel has already plastered settlements all over the West Bank, has taken up most of the property in the West Bank. So I don't know where you think you're going to grab the other state out of. It's a ridiculous.
They have to kick.
I'm just tired of hearing about it. All my life I've heard that two-state solution. There ain't one. I don't know what the answer is, because there isn't one. They've been fighting in that part of the world since the fucking world began.
And I swear this last little ceasefire thing here is more of a going away gift for Joe.
You think? Doesn't look like it's going to hold.
Yeah, I don't hold any hope that they won't be at it again next week.
No, Donnie Boy walks in the door and he's going to give Netanyahu a free hand in whatever Netanyahu wants to do. And right now, Netanyahu wants to stay out of jail, so he's got to remain prime minister.
But that's going to make Israel into an apartheid state where they suppress, because the Palestinians, they're going to outnumber the Israelis. So it's going to be like, you're going to have like a new apartheid state there. And that's not...
It's already been that anyways. They've already been oppressing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not sustainable. They're gonna it's gonna be bad for Israel. It's not a good solution for them.
No, you're right. It's not Israel. It's not just not. But
I wish I had the wisdom to sit here and say what the answer in the Middle East is, but I just
I don't have any answers.
I don't have a clue. Everything I think of has a roadblock to it, and you just have to ask yourself, how long can this be sustained until there's just nothing left?
Jimmy Carter was 100% right when he talked about Israel. He always criticized them for what they did to the Palestinians, and he got a lot of flack from Nancy Pelosi and all those
from the Democrats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
corporate Democrats.
but he spoke the truth. He called it what it is, you know. And he was the only president that was able to do something in the Middle East that was positive. He was the only one.
Yes,
who was able to
and
create a
his
peace.
peace accord between Israel and Egypt still stands to this day.
Yeah,
So it
Yeah.
is the longest holding treaty in the Middle East, thanks to Jimmy Carter.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. Let me
Nancy
see.
Pelosi can just fuck off.
Franklin,
you know, woman. I hate.
Hey, John.
how you doing, brother?
Um,
Yeah.
is this is this real? Like, really seriously, we got these Republicans that are basically fighting amongst each other.
What else is
I
new?
hope that continues. Whatever the hell they're fighting over, I haven't seen that, but I mean, whatever the hell they're fighting over, I hope they keep doing it. Because it would tell me at least there's a couple of Republicans that still have sense.
Well, I guess Elon Musk fighting, arguing and complaining, bitching about some of the Republicans, the MAGA Republicans that are stupid.
Oh yeah, that's. I mean, and that's.
Did you guys hear what happened in Georgia?
What
Yes.
happened in Georgia?
I did. I saw it.
I guess one of the MAGA loyalists, MAGA Republicans, got arrested.
Oh yeah,
It was State Senator Colton Moore.
Yeah,
He got
Yeah.
Okay,
got a
I
little
missed that.
aggressive. Well, he got a little aggressive.
Oh,
He
wait,
wanted-
is he the one that got slammed down?
He did.
yeah, he's the one that got body slammed.
Okay, all I
He
see
got-
was the picture, and I was wondering, what the hell's
I think it was
happening
the
there?
House Speaker that pushed him too. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Um,
he
Damn,
was-
see,
he
I
was
missed all the
talking-
good
he-
shit.
Yeah.
I'm getting up.
He was going to be going into Kemp's State of the State speech. And
Yeah.
they said, no, you're not. You're not going in there. I guess
Oh,
they
he was
already
going
knew
in to
it was
disrupt it.
trouble. I think so.
Mhm.
Oh, and they tried to stop him.
Yep. And he,
Yeah,
he
because
was
he's
trying to
like a couple days earlier, he said some horrible stuff about the old Speaker of the House. That I guess the old Speaker that they had that passed away, I guess, or something like that. And he
Right.
said some horrible things about that Speaker, and all
got
those
arrested.
Republicans and Democrats basically got on the stand and said that what a horrible person that he is, and that we don't tolerate that crap.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
getting the story right now. Georgia MAGA senator slammed to the ground by state police for trying to enter a session where he was banned. Well, good. Tells me the state
Hey.
police did their damn job.
I don't think it was the state police that slammed him. It looked like it was a.
Well,
one of
I
the-
don't know who it was. The guy that I saw in the picture was in a suit.
Right.
I
wasn't
think
in a
it was
uniform.
the doorman.
Could have been.
well, if they can body slam a journalist out in Montana, then it's
There you
good for the
go.
goose.
Yeah.
It's good for the gander.
Boy, howdy,
And guess
what
who
we're
else
entering
managed
into.
to avoid his speed bumps? Did you see anything
Rudy.
with Judy's name? Rudy Giuliani's name.
Yeah.
Giuliani.
Oh, I've seen Rudy's
Yeah.
story in there. But he has to pay up or something.
Yeah. Well, he's
no,
avoiding
well-
trial.
Not enough. I don't give a shit until I
He's-
see his ass out
you
there
know
with
what?
a cardboard sign.
He's pathetic, number one, and number two, he's very lucky that those ladies are really tired. They want it over with. They don't want their name out there anymore. They want to be done with publicity. And they said, go ahead, you can keep your stuff. I think they made some arrangement where he will be paying them something, but they didn't disclose what that's going to be. But he keeps his houses and his
Oh, really?
belongings and
Well,
whatever.
that's
Yeah.
disappointing.
It is a little disappointing to us, but I think
But it speaks
think-
well of them.
Ruby and Shay made their point. They made him
Yeah.
real uncomfortable for a year or so.
Well, I wish they just drain him dry.
Yeah.
I mean, taking anything. Yeah,
God. Yeah,
They should
I have
never
no
let him
mercy
up
for his
through.
ass. He was a
No.
disgusting
Yeah.
slime ball who just tried to,
Yeah.
But he's
muster
not
up.
allowed to mention them ever. He's not allowed to mention their names ever. If he does,
I understand that, but I mean, they should have fucking screwed him for everything he had. That's my opinion. But
That's my
I
opinion too. But
understand.
they're not the same people as Rudy is, and I think
Right.
that's
No.
that's the message.
No,
That they're not.
they're way better.
Way
Way
better.
better.
Way better people.
But,
Hey, let me
but
send
that's
out a
not
big
how you
thank
win
you
a war.
to Pauline
That's not how
Hall, who
you
came
win a
in with a
war.
$20 donation and said, "Make it rain, Blue Dots." Pauline, thank you very much, baby. I appreciate that.
we would if we could.
Not necessary. Not a requirement around here.
Hey, did you guys hear on the news that Hulk Hogan got booed?
No.
Well, I heard he got booed a while back ago.
Is that something
I mean,
new?
Did he get booed again?
booed. He got booed again
For what?
Pray tell.
on Netflix
Yeah,
Really?
but why? What?
because he showed up on the first episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and as soon as he came out, and they were in California, everybody, all those fans, literally booed him and told him to get the fuck out of there.
Ah, well, I heard he's going to be at the inauguration.
Well, screw him. I mean, he's an asshole.
One surviving member of the Village People.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
A lot of people said they're not going to watch the inauguration on Monday. I am. I'm going to watch it. I'll be probably cussing my TV or
Not gonna watch that lying cocksucker lie to the American people.
I want to hear the lies right out of his mouth. I don't know about read them later.
I don't want to hear. You keep saying this shit, John, and you know what you do? When you do that, you're giving him power over you that he doesn't deserve to have.
Oh, he's yeah. I've been trying to fight that for fucking 8 years. He's been in my head for 8 years.
Why do you care what he says? You know, whatever he says is going to be a lie. We got to stop.
Then after that, basically, you're going to start ranting.
Right.
Yeah.
All it's going to do is make you angry and upset.
Yep. And that's when
That's why we love
I do my best work.
You can't just ignore him. He is going to be the president. You might as well listen to his fucking lies.
He lies so much and so often and is so well covered by the media that it's not even news when he lies.
No, it's not. No, you're right, bitch. The news doesn't even pick it up no matter what the hell he says.
If you're going to watch it.
And we just saw that.
Came out and told, she just
we
told
just saw that with his Greenland comment. All he had to do is say, well, we're going to take Greenland. Next thing the news is out there peddling on why we should take Greenland. It's bullshit.
I heard a comment from the Prime Minister of Denmark today. I heard a comment from the Prime Minister of Denmark today, and she's been on the phone with Trump about Greenland, and he's threatening Denmark with the heavy sanctions if they don't agree to give up Greenland to America, and it's
isn't that just
insane,
wonderful? Isn't that wonderful?
If he's going to put sanctions on a NATO country, that's just insane.
We already know he's.
See, then Denmark says no more Legos. And let's see how parents react next Christmas.
It is. We laugh about it, but it's serious shit. I keep wanting to tell myself that this is all just bullshit because there's something else going on behind the scenes that he's concerned about finding out, that he's tossing all this shit out there. But I'm not too sure. And like I said, you start throwing in news stations that try to justify it, or news that Elon Musk needs the minerals, the rare earth minerals that are in Greenland, and makes you think.
Yeah, but if they need the fucking minerals, why can't they buy it from Greenland?
Oh, there you go. Wanting to just do it the honorable way.
Buy them. You want
we don't want to buy when you can just take it.
I understand what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. The whole discussion doesn't
No, that's
Yeah.
not what was said.
doesn't make me feel.
I can't
all
believe that
pleasant.
we're having a discussion about Donald Trump invading and taking over Greenland.
Oh.
I can't believe that there's nothing else in the whole wide world going on that we can't talk about. Let's talk about universal health care a little bit.
Yeah, that ain't happening, Mitch.
Let's talk about strategy to overturn Citizens United. Let's talk about strategy to reinstate Roe versus Wade, which I might add, in case people forgot, was not a comprehensive approval of all abortion practices, but was a very limited form of accessibility to abortion packages, very much more restricted than almost anywhere else in the world. We got to stop letting what Trump says and what he does be the center of our conversations. Or we're just going to drown in his bullshit. That's all I'm saying.
But I mean, Mitch, how long do you think it's going to take to undo all the crap that Trump has done?
Maybe never.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's going to take a very long time to get the crud off our.
I'm
those.
talking about like what you said, Roe versus Wade. I mean, that's going to be, and if he takes away health care for everybody, if he takes away the so-called Obamacare, they have to do they have to do it all over again, and that's going to be.
It's not in his power to do.
I'm just saying, if it happens, it's going to be. It's very easy to take something away, but it's very hard to make.
Explain to me. I'm okay with that, but explain to me how the president has the power to take away ACA.
No, he can go. He go.
Doesn't.
No, he can't.
Why are we talking about it?
But the Congress
because
can.
He can go to Congress. That's what I'm saying.
That's where it lies. He can go to Congress and look at the Congress he has right now.
Yeah. Well, he's been doing that for the last 4 years, and he wasn't even.
It's getting worse. They have
He's
capitulated to his ass.
We deserve the Congress we have. 90 million.
I won't argue with you there.
90 million Americans who are eligible to vote decided that they would rather sit home on their motherfucking asses than get out there and vote against a fascist. And now we're all going to pay the price for the MAGAs and the neutrals. We will all pay the price.
How could you be
apathy.
neutral? How the fuck? How is that possible to be neutral?
I don't know. After 1933 Germany, how that.
When you're privileged and you are not in tune with the world.
Well, I don't understand. I don't understand how people.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
People in this country are deluded into thinking they have an understanding that we are somehow the envy of the world and that people are just killing each other to be like us.
That's not true. And I live in Norway. I live in Norway, so I can. I mean, that's not the view we have of you anymore. We used to. I mean, we used to be
a lot shinier city on the hill than we are now. We're not that. We're not going to be that for a while.
No.
It
all went to hell when Bush 43 came to power. When those wars in Iraq, that was when people really started disliking Americans.
I agree with you. There is that move from Afghanistan to Iraq. What was a defining moment in history, and we're still dealing with that shit today.
When we, as a nation, allowed George Bush to declare war on Iraq because as a punitive measure, which is exactly what it was to 9/11. Once we did that, we're going to be told that, there was a coalition. Let me tell you what, it wasn't much of a coalition. A lot of the countries that are typically allies did not involve themselves with the coalition. Remember Freedom Fries?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
What precipitated that?
Yeah.
We said we want to attack Iraq, and France said, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then we had to go through a whole propaganda. That was one of the first times that the propaganda machine that Rush Limbaugh and his ilk installed into this country into the 90s. That was the first time that network
You're right
was
there,
activated.
Mitch.
The second
You're
time
right.
it was activated was in 2009. Do you remember why, John?
In 2009.
What happened in
Libya.
2009?
Oh, Lord, Mitch, I can barely remember yesterday right now.
Libya,
What?
wasn't that?
Who became president?
Or Barack Obama.
Oh, Barack Obama.
Obama, yeah.
Where did the Tea Party come from?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. Yeah.
So the first one was when that network was activated, and the United We Stand and all that other horse shit that we had to tolerate after we were attacked by our own alleged trade allies, Saudi Arabia, and then attacked two countries that had almost nothing to do with it. Went into a protracted war. Hundreds of thousands of people died.
Oh.
Then Obama becomes president, and as a punitive to the United States, conservative billionaires donated the money to kick off the Tea Party movement. The Tea Party movement mutated into the MAGA movement.
That's exactly what it is.
The MAGA movement is now the de facto American Nazi
I look at it
Party.
as the rebirth of the Klan, because that's what it was. That's what it was in my book. As soon as Barack Obama came online, the Tea Party, and we still have congressmen and senators in there that are remnants of the Tea Party.
Remember when Trump was saying he wasn't born in America?
Yeah, what do you think that was about?
Yeah. No. He was born in Nairobi. He wasn't born in America. Trump even sent people to Hawaii so they could prove that he was an illegal alien or something.
Imagine having to prove where you were born, my friend.
Yeah, even with a birth certificate. Yeah.
And now people can't figure out why
Michelle
doesn't want to go to the inauguration. The difference is Barack Obama's a classy guy. He'll go.
He is.
He won't like it, but he knows that it's his duty.
There you go. That's what I said. I'm proud of him for doing it, because I know it's taken everything in him to do that.
I don't think any of them will linger.
Yeah, I don't think any of them will be going to lunch.
No.
And it's supposed to be very cold, by the way.
Yes, it
Joe
is.
and Bill probably will.
Yes, it is. It's going to be extremely cold. Hey, let me thank Demetrius Cepheus, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "Will other countries allow Americans to visit them? The Orange Menace making it hard for us. I don't blame them."
We're not going to shut. We're not going to.
There's already groups of people in this country that are already considering leaving because they fear the next 4 years of what this is going to look like.
Nobody wants to be caught with their pants down, John. We have to be willing to learn the lessons of history, and by that I mean the lessons of Nazi Germany. We're not too good at that, though, Mitch.
It seems we're not too good at that, learning lessons, because we keep seeming to have to
repeat. We're terrible at
it. We keep making the same mistake.
American citizens who were of Japanese ancestry.
Yes.
But
there's a long list of bullshit that we've done.
Yeah, but what's happening, John, is those generations are dying off, and we're choosing, or some people are choosing, not to teach that history.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're purposefully forgetting it.
Yes.
Whitewashing it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Whitewashing.
Red, white, and blue wash, I call it.
Isn't that what we've always done, though?
Probably.
It is.
Yep.
I didn't learn about Black Wall Street or anything like that in school.
I'm sorry, Bravo Check. How are you doing?
I'm good, John. How are you?
I'm not doing worth the shit I brought you in and then forgot I brought you in.
You're fine, my man.
That's the way my day's been going. I can't remember 5 seconds. Damn it. Anyway,
good,
darling.
I'm
glad you came in. Now, what were you saying?
I was just talking about the one thing Biden did wrong, and in my opinion, the one thing he did wrong was he was Icarus. He flew too close to the sun. He should have stuck to his word and only did one term. Because by not doing that, he kind of screwed the Democratic Party and only left Kamala 100 days to try to get something off the ground.
I won't argue with you there either.
Yeah.
If he would have stuck to his one term,
I will say this though.
Allowed another,
even if it was 100 days,
star
she
to
tried
emerge.
her hardest.
She did.
She did.
She did her best, but she only had 100 days.
But imagine if she'd have had a couple years.
Exactly.
If she would have had at least a year, maybe or more, she would have probably won this.
Well, we could have had a proper primary, and if it wasn't Kamala, we could have
That's
found
what
the
I'm
best
saying.
person
We would have
to
had an
beat Trump.
opportunity to let somebody else rise as a star.
I think Shapiro in Pennsylvania could have beaten.
Yeah,
There's a whole handful of them that could have, but yeah.
If Kamala was
Shapiro.
white and was a man, she would have beat him. Like that's the whole ball of wax right there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't know. I would be very cautious about making a sweeping statement like that. It just seems kind of sweeping.
Oh,
but
it's
the reasons
you
why
got a
they
point
are
there.
are not simple. They're very complex. Most of them have to do with the people who voted against her and the people who didn't vote. Those are the people who I blame. I don't think Joe Biden's big mistake was anything that he did in transitioning the candidacy to Kamala Harris. I believe he thought, and I believe his team thought, that he was fine up until he had that debate with Trump, which I couldn't even watch.
Couldn't watch it either.
Yeah, neither could
And, no matter how you slice it,
That debate.
once people started calling for him to be out, once George Clooney says, maybe blah, 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 what are you going to do? So I do not think
I agree. That debate
was
the nail in the coffin right there. That sealed his doom.
Yep.
He was not going to.
Why did they allow him
and
to go?
And he even hesitated to step down after that.
But he had
leaving her only 100 days.
But he had COVID when he did that. Why did they allow him to go?
I believe that's the case.
He's the one that made that.
If he would have stuck to his guns with one term and allowed a Democratic primary to happen, I think the outcome would have been a hell of a lot different. I think we'd have a Democratic president being sworn in.
Yep.
But that's
not his biggest mistake. His biggest mistake was not to stand up to Israel and Netanyahu. That was his biggest mistake.
He was never going to do that. He was never going to do that. United States and Israel, they're intertwined.
But I mean,
never happened.
That's
We're
my
the only
personal
two countries
opinion.
in the world that are client states of each other.
Okay. Well,
I don't see us going against Israel on any damn thing.
I don't understand why. Because
and like I said, I'm tired of hearing about a two-state solution. There is no two-state solution to this.
No.
Not when Netanyahu preaches from the river to the sea.
I don't understand why.
Yeah, both of them want the river to the sea. That's the problem.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They both want river to the sea, and what do you do? And the Bible says it, so you got to do it.
I guess the two-state solution is the second state is underwater.
Yeah, unless you've got scuba tanks, you ain't visiting it. And that is what really has driven my anger towards that whole region. Is we have been sold a pile of bullshit for 60, 70, 50 years? 50 years? How long has Israel been around? Yeah. Because there is no two-state solution. If you look at the reality of it, like I said, Israel has got settlements all over the West Bank. I would say well over 50% of the land mass. What's that, Mitch?
I would say it's probably the most successful propaganda campaign of its time, and still was so successful that it lingers to today. The Jewish community, I wish I could say that we were divided, but I don't get the feeling we are, and that I find very disturbing.
it's a it's
Problem.
shit. When it comes to the Middle East, I don't even know anymore. I don't
There
know
are
the answers.
opposition to Netanyahu in Israel. I mean, you had like hundreds
Here's
of
the
thousands
problem.
of people on the streets protesting against him.
The problem is the interesting thing is, let's take the example of Solomon directing the women to cut the baby in half. It's that kind of problem because you have both sides of standing on either
Right.
side of the line. One of them claims to have biblical rights to a land. Doesn't appear to be any archaeological evidence that verifies the biblical account, and the other side has an equally specious claim to the land. So you're talking about two people who have specious claim to land. If you disagree with me, contact me privately and I'll set you straight on the biblical promise of Israel. And let me tell you, Israel has set a record for not following United Nations directives, breaking international law time and time again. They are widely known to use torture. They are widely known to basically not follow any conventions of war and justify doing such things. We wonder, where did they learn that from? Did they learn that from us? Did we learn it from them? That's a tough
No,
call.
I'm an old sailor. Mine goes all the way back to the USS Liberty.
Yeah.
That's a moment in history right there that stands out that says Israel just flipped the finger right in our face and told us to fuck off. And we allowed it.
What was that, John?
And have ever since.
Oh, yes, John. Please remind our listeners.
What was that, John? U.S. Liberty.
The USS Liberty was a U.S. Navy intelligence ship off the coast of Israel during, I can't remember the year. Jesus. Mitch, help me out if you can. In what war it was. I don't know if it's a 7-day war. It was one of them.
It was in the 67 war.
Okay. So we're with you back. Israel, no, pre-Vietnam.
This is the 6-day war. This is June
the 6-day war. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Okay.
And Israel warned the United States to remove that ship from the waters. The United States said, fuck you, we're not doing that. And Israel strafed the ship. They attacked the ship. Men died on that ship.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
They were attacked by fighter jets and
Israeli fighter jets.
Torpedo
and we did
cruisers. 34 people dead, 170.
You're still defending those assholes. You're still defending them. That's just.
It's like I said, I'm an old Navy guy. That shit stays with you.
That should have been the end of.
That should have been. That should have been a war between the United States and Israel, but that didn't happen.
No.
We turned a blind eye to it. That's how desperate the situation is between Israel and the United States. How I don't know how to describe it.
What's in it for
the relationship?
States?
I know.
It ain't right. Whatever it is.
What's in it for you?
They had us by the short and curlies, and
well, that's what we all wish we knew. What was in it for us? Because it used to be sold to us as a patriotic thing that we're defending Israel, a birth of a nation here that came out of the terrible acts of World War II. What a noble cause.
Because they provide a function for us that we cannot provide for ourselves and vice versa. And it's 100% quid pro quo. 100%.
Well, I don't think the United States is getting their fair share of that. I think Israel is getting a hell of a lot more than the United States does.
You would think, huh? But I don't see it either.
I don't think the United States gets anything.
I think Israel is way far the benefactor of this relationship.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What? Can you repeat that, John? I didn't hear you.
Oh shit! Hold on, y'all continue. I've got a problem.
I'm here, John. I mean, do you really think the United States is a benefactor is the winner in that relationship? Was that what you said?
Absolutely.
How?
Absolutely. Because
How?
Israeli intelligence does our dirty work in the Middle East. You don't think that's
Oh,
valuable?
I don't know. I know. I
We
don't.
don't
I
need them.
don't.
We have the CIA. They will do whatever dirty work we need done.
Well, let me tell you something, and this is the truth, that's true to a certain extent, but my understanding of the way the CIA works is they only get just so far over their heads. They know how far over their heads they can get. When they need to go deeper, they get other people to do their dirty work. That's their pattern of behavior. It's well known. And it's well known that we imitate each other in many of these respects because what we give them is we give them cover in the international intelligence community as a quid pro quo. So it's the dirtiest kind of relationship.
Hmm.
And it's unspoken about. I mean, I'm getting chills just saying it in public.
Why? Why? Because what you're saying is the truth. You're speaking the truth.
Will the truth shield me from some CIA shooting me in the head?
I mean, Jimmy Carter said the same thing when he was alive, and nobody shot him. So I
Well,
think
he's
you're
got
safe.
the Secret Service to protect him. I don't.
Yeah, no, I think you're going to be safe, Mitch.
But it's not out of the realm of possibility under Trump, a fanatic, that may be changing. And that what we say here on Discord and YouTube and Facebook, that some AI is looking at that shit
Wow.
and trying to say, oh, is anybody talking about the CIA's relationship with Israeli intelligence? What do they say?
Well,
You think
I
that's
think
out
I
of the
think if
question?
I think that it would be extremely desperate to go after an ordinary man like you for speaking your mind on the Discord. I just
Tell you what, Yelly, why don't you remember that you said that because what you may be saying may be indeed prophetic and ironic a year from today.
well,
Damn, I missed something.
let's hope nothing bad happens. Let's hope.
And that's where we are. We're all in the zone of let's hope nothing bad happens.
But
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to speak my mind. I'm if I'm going to have to sacrifice my life for the right to my freedom of speech, I'm going to sacrifice my life for that because that's the most important value I have. My freedom of speech, my
That's
freedom
right,
to
Yelly.
say whatever the fuck I want.
Yep.
Well, I'm talking about losing your freedom to breathe, not speak.
I understand that, but I'm willing to lose my. I'm willing to die for this. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
don't
well,
know,
that
John.
brings up the old art of war. The object of war is not to die for your country. The object of war is to make the other motherfucker die for his. It goes nowhere. Everybody fucking dies.
Tired of old men thinking up new wars for young men to die in.
I agree with that.
But that's why I served in the Norwegian military. That was because I wanted to defend freedom of speech. That's why I served, and
Well, I honor that,
Yeah.
brother.
There's 160 countries in the world that don't have freedom of speech.
no,
Just saying.
I couldn't live in a country like that.
Well, just wait a while.
That would be.
You may not have it here.
Let's see next week.
Yeah, we'll see what happens
Well,
next week. Because
You're all welcome
on a
to
very
come
small
here
scale, it is a thought for some of us of what this could turn
Well,
to.
you can come and visit me in Norway if it gets really bad over there.
Yeah.
So
Good
how
luck,
about
man.
Pam
I'm like
Bondi?
everybody else. I'm a lot worried about my corner of the world, my little.
Yep.
It's it's not the place it used to be.
Well, you got to cover your ass, so to speak, too. You have to take care of a donkey. That's important.
Yeah, yeah. 20 years ago,
Hey,
this was a
John,
different
did you
place. It was a
did you
different
see that
street.
Pam Bondi confirmation?
I saw part of her confirmation. I, well, she was Trump's lawyer, man. Come on.
And she
Yeah, but
lied about
before-
knowing the phone call.
She
Like,
wouldn't
give
even
me a
admit that
break.
Joe Biden won the election. Oh, he's the president. But did he win?
Yeah.
Well, he's the president. You know, if you're scared to answer that question, you're afraid of Donnie. You're afraid of the retribution that's going to
Yep.
come if you don't if you say that.
Speaking the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, you
What
think
about
that's
the
going to be confined to the MAGA community? Just
No.
you wait.
Hegseth
No.
is a joke. He's an
know.
alcoholic and a womanizer.
He has no experience. No, just it's not about experience. It's not about abilities. It's your loyalty to Trump, and that's the only thing that matters. To not only Trump, but evidently to the Republican Party, who is complicit in this shit. They're all going to vote to confirm that asshole. And what does that say
Well,
about
you gotta
the
remember.
party of patriotism and freedom and flag waving and all that shit? You know.
The last time Trump was president, he appointed his cabinet members because of quid pro quo. Everybody knows what that is, right?
Yeah. Pay
Yeah.
for a
This
little
time,
something, you get a
it's
little
not
something.
about quid pro quo. His strategy is 100% fanatic loyalism only. And these are going to be the people who are in charge of the Department of Defense, the Department of Justice, the Department of God Help America Education.
But that fucking Stephen Miller, is he going to be a part of this administration?
Oh, Steve Miller's always going to be in there. He's always
Yeah,
going
he's
to be
gonna
in
be
the
a part of
background.
it.
He's not.
Nazi boy.
Yeah, he's not going to get a cabinet.
He's a
appointment,
fucking
but
Nazi boy. He's a fucking.
Yes.
Whenever you see the curtain ruffle, guess who's standing behind
Yeah,
you?
that's him.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, he is a dangerous man. It's that he is alive. Is dangerous.
Yeah. Because he's an ideologue. He's a true believer.
He's Trump's Goebbels, is what he is.
Yeah. And you see every time he's on TV, he has an evil smirk on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Comes
Uh,
naturally, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe so.
His mother must have dropped him on his head when he was a little baby.
Listen,
I think he ate
that.
paint
I'm
chips
gonna
when he was a
jump off.
kid.
I'm going to say goodnight, let you guys finish up. Good to talk to you, John.
Mitch, I appreciate it, brother.
I just wanted to leave you with this thought. I am signing off social media on Friday night when the Sabbath starts. I'm going to continue my absolute abandonment of all media
Mhm.
through Saturday night into Sunday, through Martin Luther King Day, and into the evening of Martin Luther King Day and beyond for another 2 days. I am not going to put myself in knots over this man. I am not going to let him rent 1 cubic millimeter of space in my head. I'm not going to think about him. Not going to
I
talk
envy
about
you,
him.
my friend.
When I come back on Thursday or Friday, whenever I feel like looking, I'll log back in and see what's going on. But the one thing that I know for absolute sure is my not knowing about it sooner and in a sort of loud, blaring way will not change a thing. So why should I subject myself to having to watch the travesty
That's going to be going
of
on.
having Donald Trump,
Yeah.
convicted felon, rapist, fraudster, cheat, loser,
All of that
Table
bankrupter of
genius.
and
companies,
more.
looter of the American Treasury, looter of the Scottish Treasury and the Irish Treasury.
He's a thief.
Not a
plain and
good
simple.
person.
And a
Yeah.
very stable genius. Don't forget that.
Oh,
No matter how you slice it, we allowed it to happen.
there's the sad point right there. We have nobody to blame but ourselves,
Correct.
and we have to correct that. We have to
But
somehow
I'm
somehow
not going to
find a
make
way.
myself suffer more out of some weird guilt response and make myself watch that asshole lie with his hand on the Holy Bible in front of an American flag and in front of all the living past president, American presidents, and in front of the American people, such as they are, and stand there and say that he's going to defend the Constitution. I
Which
just
you
can't.
know is going to be
I
a lie.
won't listen to it. I won't listen to it. Fuck him. I won't listen
Hey,
to it.
the only way I'll believe it is if
encourage you
that Bible
all.
bursts into flames, or he does, one of the two.
It ain't gonna happen. But
it
no
ain't.
matter what happens, I am not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to be a party to
Well, I
it.
envy you, my friend.
I'm not gonna.
And to tell you the truth, I'm probably not going to do that much myself because, like I said, I've been spending a lot of time walking and watching.
I say, oh, I'm going to live tweet. I'm like, fuck you too, then. Fuck you too.
Oh, I see it, but then I forget it the next few minutes. I'm lost in other shit. That's my problem right now is I can't retain anything in my head. It's
What are you having for dinner, Mitch? You said you were making dinner.
Finished dinner. We had mofongo, one of my favorite dishes. Who knows
Oh,
what?
I have that all the time. What is it?
Seriously?
What is it? Yeah. John like.
I'm sorry. I'm honest. What is that? I've never heard of
it. Chicken. It's chicken in Creole sauce over a mashed bananas, pork rinds, and fried onions.
Oh, sounds delicious.
And you pound it into a little cake, and you pour the stuff over the top.
Did you already eat that while we were talking?
It's gone, yeah. It's already cooked and eaten.
I mean,
well, Mitch, as always, brother, I appreciate you always coming in, and I appreciate your wisdom, my friend. I really do.
And John, I'm not trying to be critical of anybody who wants to be a part of it. That is not my goal. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to ease the way for people who don't want to be a part of it to be able to make that decision and not feel bad or guilty about it.
No.
I think a lot of people agree with you, Mitch. I think so.
I agree with you.
Oh, I think we all agree with you. It's just going through with it. Withdrawals from 8 years.
I'm not going to watch this in.
Get your serotonin somewhere else. Discover some music you never listened to. Watch a movie you haven't seen in 30 years. Do anything. Yeah. Well, here's something I recommend. Watch the Ring. Watch the Wagner Ring series on YouTube. That's 14 hours. That'll keep you busy.
What is it?
The Ring of the Nibelung, the 4 operas that Wagner wrote.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
I'm good on documentaries on factual
Wasn't Wagner's Hitler's favorite composer?
It's the only opera I really like.
Hey, Mitch, there's a movie that you should probably watch, Beekeeper.
Beekeeper.
I'm going to watch an old Reagan movie called Bedtime for Bunso.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Whatever distracts you from the realities of whatever the fuck it is we're going through.
I won't even give him any ratings in death. I will not.
What, Reagan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Mitch, next time you have your book reading, you can read from A Bedtime for Bunso. It would be interesting.
I don't think that's going to happen.
If you can read it.
We do have a book club that meets every Monday in our Discord room for those that are interested. Miss Chick and others go in there and they all have the book.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I join in occasionally.
And
Are you shitting me? All right. Let me thank James Tripp, who came in with $2, said, I'm a Folger soldier. Fascism is here. Why? That's a damn good question. And Mitch Goldstein, who just walked out. Oh, he's still in here. Mitch came in with a $10 donation and said, turn Trump off. Wise words. And like I said, to a degree, I'm doing that. I still find it like it's shit. It's this show. I have to be knowledgeable or something in my head when I turn on my camera, when I come in here on a live show, when I want to do a rant. And that is probably why I haven't done a rant. It's because I am watching.
Why don't you? But you used to have notes, John. You used to write down.
Yeah, I
stuff.
used to write notes and have it there, and maybe I need to go back to that because my mind wanders a lot, and I'm not as much into the news as I should be for what we do here.
Just write down some notes. That's gonna help. I do that. I need notes because sometimes I just like the thought just slips my mind like that. I need notes.
Uncle Fatty just
But
came
I
in
mean,
with
Mr. Shake, the book you're reading now is The Art of the Deal with Trump, isn't it? The book club.
Pardon?
Yeah, pardon?
I heard that the book you're reading in the book club is The Art of the Deal with Trump. Is that true?
You want to say it or you want me to say it? Not no, but fuck no. Hey, let me thank Uncle Fatty who came in with a $4.20 donation and said, "Fast fatigue is real. Take care of yourself." It is. This shit does wear you out. And after 8 years, I'm not. I'm not ashamed to say it. It does. It wears you out. It just every fiber of your fucking being for 8 years has been wrapped up in this shit. And to see my nation turn around and elect that son of a bitch again, it's damn near destroying the inside of me. How just utterly pissed I am. And to throw on top of that the loss of my wife. Yeah, so I'm in a deep fucking dark place. And I'm not willing to give up. I still want to fight the fight. I still want to be involved. I'm having an extreme hard time getting into it, delving into the background, looking more at stories, developing my thought process. And, yeah. Anyway, Uncle Fatty, thank you very much. And Kay Allen came in with a $10 donation and said, "Ignoring the inauguration of the orange turd and hoping for wretched weather." Indeed, and I think it's going to be. And Lincoln came in with $5 and said, "The flag was ordered full staff on Inauguration Day. That's the only thing that Trump can get up other than the deficit." Yeah. Yes, he is. He's ordered the flags raised to full staff on Inauguration Day and supposedly returned to half staff the next day. Because it's all about him. Because fuck tradition and all that other shit. He could have made it under a half staff flag and honored Jimmy Carter in some way. But that's not who he is.
Kamala would have done. Mm-hmm.
Yes. She probably would have included him in her acceptance speech, in her inauguration speech. That's what I'm saying. Yep. He could make that kind of a step to include that, but it won't be.
She gave a very nice eulogy when he was lying in state in Capitol. Vice President Kamala. Did you see that?
I think it's more than the death of Jimmy Carter, more the death of a president. It's the death of I don't know how to say it.
Civility.
Maybe so.
Dignity,
Maybe so.
It's the death of an era of civility.
Because he was the epitome of an honest man, of a God-fearing man, a man that lived his religion, didn't just go to church on Sunday and then bitch about everybody. Yeah. So I have a high respect for him in his way. And I think with his passing, it's the passing of... I hope not. But isn't that what Joe Biden was warning us about? The tech industrial age? Where it's going to be a free-for-all. There will be no regulation.
And Donald Trump back in 2020 was sitting there saying that big tech was the one that cheated and stuff like that. Look what happened now. Big tech's on his side.
Yep.
Yeah, big tech is sitting next to his ass. That's what's happening.
He's licking their boot. I don't know whose
And,
boot's licking whose.
And before we go, Mark,
So
our Blue Dot greeter just came in with $5 and said, "Play the song for me, John, and for everybody else too." Yeah, because it is. Puts a smile on my face every time. Because I always have Donnie on my mind.
I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
that's the
Shut the
only
fuck up,
thing.
bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow.
I could dance to that shit. I could dance to that
Yes.
shit.
Dance to that too.
I chair dance to it every time.
As a matter of fact. Anyway, I guess it is time for us to run the credits and start thinking about going out the door and wrapping this up.
Just came, John. We just arrived.
I know. I know. And why am I leaving? Because I don't know. Just because it's time. You know, I don't know. That's what I was talking about a minute ago. John is lost right now. Every fucking
We
day.
can do like in.
You know,
We can do a 12-hour
It's
long.
like I get
show,
up and go through the
Not a
motions of
problem.
whatever the fuck it is I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know? and I try to get into the news and I read a story, 67 Republicans just staged a legislative coup in the Minnesota House. Really? What the fuck is that about?
What?
Yeah, that's what the headline on MSNBC, headline on the internet says. 67 Republicans just staged a legislative coup in the Minnesota House.
Wow.
Yeah, let me
brother.
make the magic click, and we'll see what that says. Minnesota voters elected a split state house. Republicans seized power anyway. Oh, well, see there, they just take the shit.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's
any details on how that anyway happened?
it says in the 2006 Minnesota, it's the way it starts out. I'm looking for the story in there. I'd have to read the whole damn thing. In 2006 Minnesota general election, Republican Governor Tim Pawlenty defeated Democratic Attorney General Mike Hatch 46.6 to 45.7, with third parties raking in the rest of the vote. The Minnesota GOP hasn't won a state race since, even in otherwise bad years for Democrats. Still, by the numbers, Minnesota is purple rather than a dark blue. A competent and slightly more moderate GOP could find itself competitive, but that would require a belief in democracy. Oh, well, there goes that thought.
No.
Blows that out of the window. Let me thank
Yeah.
Kay Allen, that darling in D.C., came back with another $10, said MAGA. Bend the knee becomes worse. Yes, baby. It's, and that's what we're seeing. The Republican Party. It's bad enough that we all know who Trump is. He's a dick. He's an asshole. He's a lying sack of shit. He's a cheat. He's everything you think he is. That we all know that. The disgrace is that the Republican Party has accepted that. The party of patriotism, the party of God, the party of all that bullshit that I've heard all my fucking life is just a facade. It's nothing but a bumper sticker. They don't believe it. They go to church on Sunday. Shit, yeah. And then cuss on Monday, baby. You know, I've seen it. I've seen how my neighbors treat me. I see how their Christian values come through, baby.
Donnie's heart is as empty as a Monday morning church.
But again, this is our
Monday
society.
morning
We
church.
created it.
Yep.
We built this. We did it. And we can't get away from that. Until we mend it, it's going to be like this. And I'm afraid that's going to take a long time. But it's incumbent upon every one of us to try in our own way. As much as these son of bitches hate me down my street, I wave at every fucking one of them when I leave here. Say one. Say one. I don't wave to butt boy. But every one of them else I do. Just a howdy. Because I'm not acting any fucking different now than I did 20 years ago. But they do. And that's
Just because you don't support
that's
their guy.
the disgrace of Donald Trump. What he has done to the Republican Party and those that claim that title. I don't know. I do know I'm going to be here every fucking time I'm supposed to be. Whether I'm ready or not, I depend a whole lot on our guest in our chat. This
Just
family
make
that
some
we've
notes.
bred.
Just have
Yeah, I
have a
need to go back to
notepad
do
there.
that. I used to have a grease board. This was a whiteboard right
Yeah.
behind the camera,
Yeah,
so it would
yeah.
just remind me of. And maybe I do need to do that. That's probably the best damn thing I probably could do because my mind does wander a lot. I try to get into a rant in my head, but like I told y'all before, every rant I ever did was predicated with a conversation, and
I
that
remember the
conversation's just
video
not there
you
anymore.
made. I remember the video you made after Trump talked about injecting bleach. Remember that day? And yeah, but you had a long you had wrote. I remember you had you'd written a lot of notes for that one. I remember you had a really.
And maybe that's exactly what I need to do is go back to the beginning and jot things down because yeah. But like I said, I'll be here.
I mean,
the rants, they're just going to come when they come, baby. And I apologize if you're looking forward to them and they're not there. It disappoints me every day I don't do one. And because there's plenty to rant about.
The inside of his lungs with disinfecting. That was the brilliant plan.
Yeah.
Or maybe
no telling what we're in for coming in the next 4 years, buddy. It might be sticking a spoon up grass or some shit. I don't know.
It's going to be a wild ride.
It's going to be a wild ride.
Shine some light up his ass. Wasn't that what he said?
Yeah.
They could shine some light up his
shine
ass.
a light,
Like a light.
Inject some bleach into you.
Yeah.
All the great wisdom of Donald Trump, but wait, there's more. Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up for the evening. Let me see. Yelly Man, I appreciate you coming in all the time now. Thank you.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you.
Enjoy the conversation, buddy.
So, yeah.
Take care of yourself and
See you
come
later,
back.
John.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
And Franklin.
Bye-bye. Yeah, John.
Hey, appreciate you coming in.
No doubt. I'm happy I did come in.
Well, good. That makes two of us. Shit. That probably makes the whole damn crowd. Anyway, brother, thank you very much. And we'll be back here again on Sunday, brother.
All the Blue Dot family, we love you. Stay safe. And we're not done.
We're not done.
We keep fighting.
Shit, yeah. I ain't giving up, adapt, overcome, move forward, all that kind of shit. Anyway, Franklin, take care of yourself.
See you later, John.
All right.
Bye.
And bravo, chick.
John,
thank you.
How's it going?
Pleasure's all mine. It could go better. But I appreciate you coming in, darling. I really do.
We appreciate you,
voice.
John.
We need that in here every once in a while. So,
well, thanks for having me.
You bet. And Miss Chick.
And John.
Oh, baby.
It was a day.
It was a day. Yeah, I thought about not even turning the camera on, but this family means a lot to me, and I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be here.
I had a hunch I don't know. I just could tell the vibes today. It was like, oh, John's struggling. I don't know if he's going to turn the camera on.
It gets hard sometimes to do that when I know I'm not ready, when I know I'm not knowledgeable of everything. But I have to remind myself that this isn't only just a political conversation. This is a family that I see it in the chat. People talk to each other. It's a lot more than just bitching about
right. And, to remind everybody, we're not experts at all. We have opinions, and you can take what you like and leave the rest.
Hey,
but
guess what?
Just remember that we sometimes fumble up on some of the actual details.
Yeah, well, just a few.
Just a few. I mean, we try. We have the essence, but sometimes
we're not journalists.
Gum it up a little.
Yeah, we're just Americans that sitting out here with a lot of.
And that's why we rely on YouTube chat to correct us, because they've got all the deets.
Yeah, that'll work. Anybody?
Anyway,
you got anybody you want to call out?
Yes, actually I do. First, I want to call out someone from Discord.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, one of our Discord members, Frank, came in and just says, "Hi, this is Frank. I'm currently the social media director for Students for Science, a
Students for
youth-led
Science.
organization mobilizing high school and college-age students against RFK's confirmation. We just launched an Instagram and could use any visibility we can get. If you have Instagram, it would be great if you could repost our graphic." And he posted one here, but I don't have Instagram. So you can go to @Students for SCI on Instagram, and you'll be able to find that information. And their graphic is, "Why do we want to stop RFK?" And I think they're going to give you some information on why they want you to stop RFK.
Sounds like that could be a list.
Yeah.
Of reasons why to stop that man.
But I want to thank you, Frank. And I also want to say, if you get a chance on the YouTube there where there's that little description about, streaming 92 minutes ago and blah, blah, blah. And then it says more. Hit that little more button and it'll give you links. And you'll have a link to join Discord in there.
There you go.
And come on in. And there's all sorts of information in Discord that we share back and forth and all around.
We got all sorts of rooms in here. And like I say, we have a
Come
book
join
club
us.
every Monday. Conversation that floats in here all the time, baby. So, yeah.
All the time.
We invite you to come into our Discord family.
And then we have our lovely Facebook family. Yeah.
Yeah, big Facebook family. We get together. As a matter of fact, a lot of us get together on FaceTime and sit there and have conversations all the time. So there's a lot involved.
Well, that would be
in this
Messenger, John. That's different than FaceTime.
Yeah, that's Facebook Messenger, Facebook, same thing, sort of.
Well, FaceTime is an Apple thing.
Oh,
Messenger.
Well, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
We just turn on our camera so we can do it. And, Messenger has a camera feature where you can turn on your camera, and you're not the only pretty face on there. So there you go. Works for me.
It works for you. Just push that button and talk to people.
Anyway, you have any shit shares?
We do have some lovely Facebook shit shares.
Well,
we have
those shit shares.
Brian. Oh, we have Brian B. from Quebec. Kevin
Quebec.
O. from from Quebec.
Outstanding.
It is outstanding. Jen A. from, I think, Colorado. John B. from Illinois. Jeff W. from Oklahoma. And Chuckles R. from Idaho.
Chuckles.
Love you, Chuckles.
Thank you, Chuckles. Thank you all for sharing this shit. And y'all can do the same thing. Little buttons right down there will tell you all the time. You can like, share, and subscribe to this shit. Doesn't cost you a dime to come in. Anyway.
Nope. Never.
I wish I could say I was more on my game tonight. And
I was off my game too. I think I had 4 hours sleep, so I'm a little fuzzy today.
Yeah, that sleep thing ain't happening for me a lot. I have a routine. I go to bed, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I go to sleep, I don't know, somewhere around 3:30 or 4 in the morning, I think. Yeah. And
then you're back up at 8, so yeah.
So makes for a short night. But
it does.
It'll get better. It'll get better.
It will. Drink warm milk. That's what Joe will tell you. Drink
Blasphemy.
Milk.
Warm milk. Warm milk. That's like having cold tea. I mean, not hot tea. You just
but warm milk, it just makes you dozy faster.
Does it?
It does.
Shit, I'm trying NyQuil and over-the-counter sleeping tablets and everything else, and it still ain't working, so shit. I don't know. I'm thinking about getting a bottle of tequila and having margaritas.
That just makes your clothes fall off. You know
Oh, there you go. There's always a benefit, ain't it? Anyway. Mr. Chick, thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you to all our Blue Dots for being here and continuing to support this show. I appreciate you all so much. And my advice, as always, is even in your darkest times, try to put a smile on your face and give that shit away. It'll improve your own heart. It'll improve your own soul a little at a time. And so anyway, y'all take care. I love you. Say good night, Miss Chick.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We'll be back here on Sunday. Until then, tomorrow's Friday. If I don't get out of Beer and Bud Friday, I'm going to be very disappointed in myself. So look for something anyway.